Hello YouTube, Captain Mac here, and welcome to another impromptu live stream. First thing I want to do is I want to see who all is here. It looks like we just got a few people watching right now, so if you're watching and you can take a second, say hello down in the chat there and let me know how the sound is. I want to make sure that it's not too loud or too quiet or anything like that. Now, yesterday we ran a very long live stream in a KLM 747, and boy, we had a nightmare with the frames at the end of the program. And so today I've updated my drivers, but other than that, the only thing I've done is actually increase my settings back to where they were. And so what I want to do is I'm throwing the frames up down below here, and then let me just shrink this window out of my way so I can see the chat and everything. And so what I want to do today is I'm going to actually run everything the way it is and see how it goes. I have a feeling that the biggest problem I ran into yesterday was just the length of the flight. I think for some reason that it was like storing the scenery that we've already passed or something like that. As you can see right now, I'm getting anywhere from 30 to 35 frames per second, give or take a little bit, sitting on the outside of this aircraft at Schiphol Airport. Now we do have traffic turned on. I don't know if there's any in here. Yeah, there's a few aircraft in here. There's quite a few aircraft in here, as a matter of fact. So you can see we've got traffic turned on. I'm still getting really good frame rates, and I have everything running that I was running yesterday. And so I really don't know what the issue is. I've cranked everything pretty much back up to where it was, and basically we're going to see how it goes. This is a short flight. We're going from Schiphol over to London Heathrow. Not a very long flight. We are flying it on Mac Air schedules. So I'm just going to pop that up over here real quick. I know you guys can't see it. I'm just starting the flight off to the side here. And then I'll shrink that back down and we should be good to go. Fantastic. Now I haven't done fuel or anything like that yet, so we're getting ready to hop in and do that. TC464, fellow EOD man, really? No kidding. Boy, that's rare. I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of us that are geeky enough, quite geeky enough to do flight sim, right? Hey, welcome to the stream, man. Great to have you here. Tell me what branch of service were you in and where you served and all that stuff. And everybody, do me a favor, take just a minute, say hi to TC464 there, and thank him for his service, especially in the EOD field. Being a bomb tech is it's a little bit on the dangerous side. So anyway, we do have a full flight tutorial on this aircraft, so I'm going to try to remember to put the I didn't do it for the PMDG 747 yet, but I'm going to remember to put the little pop-up in the top right corner for when this becomes a video so that you can go to that full flight tutorial and check it out. We've already got power on the aircraft. The APU is not running at the moment, or at least it shouldn't be. Let's double check. Hopping on the flight deck here. No, the APU is off, which it should be. We do have ground power on the aircraft. We've got the IRS alignment done and all of that good stuff. So everybody, do me a favor, say hi down in the comments section there real quick, so that I got something to talk about. And I'm going to go ahead and start pouring over checklists here. So aircraft acceptance is where we're going to start. Our exterior inspection is good. Our fuel is not loaded and verified. So let's start with doing that. You can see I've already got the fuel page open. I have changed it to pounds versus kilograms. Yes, I'm an American, people. I struggle when it comes to kilograms and meters and stuff like that. So you're just going to have to bear with me on that one, guys. Let me just check something here real quick. Actually, I got to step away from the microphone for just a second. Hold on. Alright, back on the mic here. I'm just checking something real quick. I actually just got a message on my phone. I want to make sure it's not some type of emergency or something like that, because that would really suck at the start of a live stream, wouldn't it? Wow, that's kind of weird. So we had this thing at work where some guy assaulted an employee at work, and me and a buddy of mine, we saw it, and apparently he got a court notice or something. I don't know, but anyway, it's not that important. That is what it is. I apologize for that. Okay, moving on here. So I'm an American. I struggle with kilograms. I struggle with meters and hectopascals and all that. So we're going to stick with what I know for now, and that's pounds and feet and inches of mercury. So our flight plan here. Let me pop it up. Now the sim just went quiet for a second, but I need to show this window to you guys. So it should be this one here. Yep, there we go. Flight plan popping up for you guys. You won't be able to see my mouse on it, but at least you can see the window, and that's the main thing here. So you can see that we need 8,208 pounds of fuel. Now we are using Top Cat on this one. So I've got all of our takeoff information all the way down here at the bottom. We're using runway, we're not using 18 right, we're using 18 left. I switched it to 18 left because of our departure, but it's still I reran it in Top Cat, and we still get the same. It's a normal takeoff, so we're good on that. So fuel first, where are we at? 8,208 pounds of fuel, so 8208. Throw that in there real quick. There we go. And then let's go back over here and let's take a look at our payload. And so the total number, it shows 185 on here, but this aircraft doesn't hold 185, it holds 162. So there's obviously some confusion in PFPX. So we're just going to go with a max load of passengers. So it's going to be 150 in coach. And it's probably based on the configuration I chose with Top Cat or something like that. I don't know. But anyway. And then we'll go 12 up here in first class. There we go. And then for the cargo, it's at 4679. Let's call it 4700. So that's what, 2350 in the front and back. You like how fast I just did that math in my head? Now, did I get it wrong? No, I didn't get it wrong. 2350 and 2350. You see, we get the little yellow on the center of gravity there because it's off right now. But when I put 2350 here, there we go. It centers back up. And that takes care of our cargo as well. Let's leave this on ground connections for now so we don't mess anything up there. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the flight plan there so you guys don't have to keep staring at it. And shrink it down because I don't need it at the moment. Shrink this down. That's the thing. I got like 20 windows open. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, moving on here. Cockpit acceptance. Parking brake is set. Let me give you a nicer view here. Nobody wants to stare at the FMC, right? So parking brake is set. I don't think it is. Now it's set. I think it popped off. Battery is on. Electric hydraulic pumps are off. Landing gear is down. Start levers are in the cutoff position. Overhead fuel valve lights illuminated. They should be, right? No, they're not. Because... no, that's the pressure lights. Yeah, no, that's the right panel. Fuel valve lights. No, I'm sorry. This one I always mess up, actually. So they're talking about these lights here. The fuel valve lights, right? Or no, those are engine valves. Maybe I just don't understand that. You guys can explain it to me because I'm sure somebody on here knows. Shivam, how you doing, buddy? Great to have you here. Okay, moving along here. Ground power is on. Fire warning system. We need to test those. I don't think I've set a view yet for down below. Maybe I have. Yep, there we go. Okay, so for fire warning, go left. Looks good. Go right. Now, hold it and move your mouse. It keeps going. Then you can get rid of that there and then just make sure that your lights are on. And they are. So we'll get that guy back over there. Test these guys down here. Looking good. And then fire test down here as well. Same thing. Cancel the alarm. Double check your lights. Click it again. And you're good to go. That takes care of our fire test there. Let's go to overhead setup here. We're not going to start the APU quite yet. We will here shortly, though. Fire control panel, or I'm sorry, flight control panel check. That's these guys over here. Primarily, we're talking about the yaw dampers in this case. We don't really touch anything else up here. I never have. So yaw dampers are on. Fuel system panel. It says check. Fuel pumps on as required. So we'll go ahead and flip all those on. Now I could have just left them on, right? Cab utility and IFE passenger both on. That's these two right here. They're good to go. Electrical panel checked. Equipment cooling normal. All lights off. Window heat on. That's these guys up here, which it is. Probe heat off right now. Not sure why it's on, but there you go. We'll turn it off. Anti-ice is off, which is these guys here, and it is. System A and B switches on. Electrical low pressure lights are off. That's the two in the middle. Those lights are off. Air conditioning panel is, we need to check that one. Left and right packs to auto and isolation valve open. So left pack auto, right pack auto, isolation valve other way open. Let's see, pressurization panel, flight altitude set for cruise. We're only going up to 28,000 today. That's way too high there. There we go, 28,000, and then landing altitude set for destination. I don't know what EGLL is off the top of my head. Let me take a peek here. Looking at the charts. I'm sure one of you knows right off the top of your head, but I do not. Airport elevation is 83 feet, so we can set this to 100 feet and we'll be good. There we go, 100 feet. Yeah, it looks smoother today, Shivam. I was saying at the beginning of the stream here that I actually reset everything to where it was. The only thing I did different on this one is that I've got updated drivers now, so we'll see how it goes. You know what, Trayvon? I am not certain about X-Plane 11 over at PVA at the moment. I know it does work with us at Mac Air, but I'm not sure about PVA. I know they were trying to do it. I don't know if they were able to or not, so I'm not positive. Ignition left or right, that's this guy here, which it is, and then we go into our FMC initialization down here. So going to FMC, I need to move the spoiler handle out of the way just so it doesn't block anything there based on my view. Make sure that everything's good here. Engine rating 26,000. We've got the right model here, 737-800, current AIRAC, all that stuff. Position initialization is already taken care of, so we don't need to mess with that. We could put in a reference airport, but we don't need to. Going to our route page, we are going to fly a company route on this. We just click on company route, EHAM to EGLL, click that guy, execute, and there we go. And then runway is going to be 18 left for us. So I'll throw that in there. Flight number, of course, we're going to make it 2336 because that's what I like to do. There we go. Activate that, execute, maybe. There we go. Next page, there's the route in there, pretty straightforward. It's a very short route, we're not going very far. There are several waypoints in there though. Performance initialization, gross weight. Come on. Oh no, you gotta do zero fuel weight, my bad. Do the zero fuel weight, then it does the gross weight. Click it once, click it again, and then it puts the gross weight in there. Reserves are gonna be 5,000. That should be enough for us. And cost index, you guessed it, is gonna be 85. Cruise altitude is flight level 280. And execute. Using reserve fuel, really. So that's one of those things where sometimes the fuel seems a little off in PFPX. So what I'm going to do is instead of cutting into the reserve fuel, I'm going to actually add some captain's fuel. So we're scheduled for 8208, and I think I'm just going to add, let's add 4,000 pounds of captain's fuel. And let's see how that does for us. So 12,208. There we go. We shouldn't be using our reserve fuel anymore, so that's good. Then over to our N1 limit here, it's a normal takeoff and a normal climb. That's what we're scheduled for using TopCat. So that's not just me coming up with it. And then takeoff page. Shivam, actually, that's I'm not sure that's entirely true, and I'll tell you why. As soon as I ended the stream yesterday, I reloaded everything that I had, but I loaded it at Schiphol in the same aircraft, and I loaded up all the stuff that I'd shut down, the whole shebang, and I was getting 26 frames per second inside the aircraft and up to 50 outside of it. So I think the longer the stream runs, the worse my frame rates get. I'm not really sure why. Maybe one of you guys has an idea why that is. Anyway, what do we say for flaps? Let me look here. So flaps are 1 for takeoff. So flaps 1 with full takeoff thrust. That's probably why it's going full takeoff. So let's set flaps to 1. There we go. And then center of gravity, let's grab that. And that's going to be 4.47 on the trim. I'm going to do that before the V speeds. So 4.47. Too high. That's probably, yeah, that's probably as close as we're going to get. 4.45. So that's what we're going to stick with. Let's grab our V speeds, 137, 139, and 150. The fun part's going to be the taxi out, because we got to figure out where we're going, right? Alright, looking at our legs page here, let's go to departure and arrival. EHAM departures is going to be runway 18 left. Takeoff speeds were deleted. Yeah, it was using... Didn't I just put in 18 left in there? Maybe I messed it up. Anyway, 18 left. We'll execute that. Clear this out. And then let me double check what our departure was. The Valk 3. I'm sure there's a proper way to say that. Anyway, it's this one. No transition. Execute that. That's going to work fantastic. Back over to our legs page. Let's make sure we don't have any discontinuities. Nope, that's looking good. Now let's go back to departure and arrival. And let's go to our arrival for EGLL. And we're looking at the LAM 3A arrival. And I'm going to double check the weather over there. I had written it down, but you know how it changes. So destination weather is, wind is 299 at 10 knots. 299 at 10. Altimeter is 2938. It's clear skies and 3 degrees on the temperature. We've got rain here, or we had rain. I don't know if it's still raining. So, looking again, it's the LAM 3. Let's start with that. LAM 3A. And then with that wind, 299, we're going to need runway 27 left or right. So, why don't you guys pick? Runway 27 left or right? Hey John, great to have you here, my friend. Haven't talked to you in ages. 18 left is the short taxi, yeah, and the departure that we have scheduled doesn't work for 18 right, because that's originally the runway I was going to take. So yeah, I might do some config tweaks and check that out as well, Shivam. So Shivam's saying 27 right. Anybody else got anything to say on that? If I don't hear anything in about the next 30 seconds, that's what we're going to go with. See, I like to involve you guys. I like to get you involved. I'm not feeling the love here. Okay, nobody's saying anything, so we're going to go with 27 right. Transition. That's a good question. Let me look at my charts over here. Going to London on the arrival. The LAM 3 is going to take us all the way into LAM, and then for the approach, if we go with 28 right, or I'm sorry, 27 right, that is going to give us... Oh, where's the transition? I'm just checking the charts here real quick, guys. I mean, that's almost a straight-in arrival there. It's pretty simple. So, I don't think we really need a transition on this one, do we? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we don't need a transition, so we'll just execute that as is. There we go. John says 27 right's good for him. Right over his house. That's fantastic. You can wave at us as we fly over. Let's see. Okay. Anyway, moving on. No descent path after LAM. Probably we probably have a discontinuity here. Yeah. So there's LAM, and then there's our waypoints for the approach. So let's just connect those. It's literally almost straight in. And go back to the start of the legs page, and then let's take a quick peek at those. Go to the plan mode here, pop that up. I'll pop that up for you, and let's move this over in case we want to adjust our range. Okay, stepping through here, heading on out, pretty straightforward. Crossing the pond there real quick. Logan, Trippo, Sabre, Brasso. There's LAM. It still says no descent path after LAM, which is a little crazy, but anyway. And then there's where we're going to intercept the localizer, and then on in from there. I see no discontinuities and no issues. I don't know why it's got the issue with the descent path after LAM. There's a way to fix that, though, isn't there? I think you're supposed to set a hard altitude is what you do. So if I look at the approach chart over here, and it's 2500 at 7.5. That's this guy here. So I don't know why there's not a descent path, to be honest with you. I mean, it's got a hard altitude in there, right? Let's just put it in there slash 030, since it's a flight level on this side of the pond. That should hopefully get rid of that warning from LAM for us. No guarantee, but we'll see what happens. So put that back there. Close that down. That light's annoying. Oh, it's just telling me the speed breaks up. I was like, why is it doing that? And then our takeoff speeds were deleted, if you recall. Yeah, it's going to keep telling us that. That's fine. Route page, takeoff page, 137, 139, 150. And we are good to go. This one's still on the fuel page. We're going to need that on ground connections here shortly. And let's jump back over to our checklist and see what we got going on here. Well, let's look at the comments first. Anything good in the comments over here? Yeah, I'm not sure if it auto clears or not. It's annoying though. It's definitely annoying. Okay, overhead is set up. FMC initialization is complete. What else we got? Moving over to main panel setup, so we need to set up over here, which means I need to pull up another chart and look at our departure chart real quick, make sure that there's no altitude restrictions on the way out. And just an adder above 2500, which is not going to be an issue for us, so we shouldn't have any problems with that. So let's take our altitude all the way up to 280. That's a little too high. There we go, 280. Get both the flight directors coming on there. Auto throttle doesn't get armed yet. V2 was 150, right? Was it 150 or 158? 150, so we'll put it at 155 on here. There we go. And let's see, Barrow is 2900, so let's make the adjustment on that. Come on. That's some pretty low pressure there. There we go, 2900 on the Barrow. Isn't there a way to make these a little dimmer? I mean, yeah, I guess just the whole thing like that. Okay, because that's just a little bright for me. Let's dim this one down as well. That's just a little bright at night, right? We can put those spoilers back down. Okay, what else we got here? Flight path vector is fine. Altimeter is set. We don't need to mess with the VOR. Mode selectors on map. We're good there. Center switch as desired. We're not going to use the center switch. I don't need it. Range selector is fine where it's at right now. Course is fine. Flight directors are on. Auto throttle is off. Heading is supposed to be set to runway heading, which is, let's see if I can see it here, 183 degrees. So let's set that in here. Come back around. And there we go, 183 degrees on that guy. Altitude is set for initial clearance. Autopilots are off. PFD, no flags. That is correct, no flags. Engine instruments check. They're not doing anything right now, so we don't have any issues there. We can put the other engine display down below. Comm radios are set. Nav radios will be setting once we're airborne. It says transponder set and off. Now let's just zip over here real quick. We're going to set this to 2336 as always. There we go. Let's test the TCAS, and then we'll leave it in standby mode. Moving along. Speed brake is down. Thrust levers are idle. Engine start levers are in cutoff. Stabilizer trim is set. And that takes us, ladies and gentlemen, to our pushback and start checklist. So, before we dive in, why don't we take a look at the comments and see what we got going on here. Hey Daniel, great to have you here, buddy. Heading from Oslo to ENGM. Fantastic. Oh, I'm sorry, from ENGM to Poland in the 738, so flying the same airplane I am. Next week, as you go back to visit your parents for Christmas, that's nice. Good times, Daniel or John. Fantastic. Yeah, what else we got going on? Anything? Not a lot of chat going on. Well, you guys chatted up over there, and I'm going to get back to work over here. Oh, quick note: GSX not working for me. Check out. Let's see if this error pops up for you guys. I don't know if that error pops up, but it's telling me it can't find the BGL file for the east side of Schiphol for some reason. And I guess it's not even popping that message up for you because it's, oh, there it is. It just popped up for you guys. So I'm sure one of you knows how to fix that. I'm not going to fix it right now. We're just not going to use GSX. We're going to use the pushback feature that is built into the NGX here. So let me pull up the chart here. In fact, let me pull this up to where you guys can see it now. And in order to do that, I got to jump this guy up here and then this guy, and there we go. So you guys should be able to see that chart there now. You won't be able to see my mouse, but you can see the chart, and that's the only thing I'm concerned about at the moment. So we are parked down here at E4, and to get to, first of all, we need to push back with our nose to the right and our tail to the left. And then when we taxi out here, so E4 is on here. So basically to get to 18 left, let me zoom that in for you. We're going to go over here on A13 to N2, cross over runway 0927, and then up here on E6 we're going to hold short of 18 left. So hopefully I won't mess that up. I can't make any promises about that, of course, but we'll see how it goes, right? So I'm going to zoom that in so that I can see it clearly. And let me take that off of your screen now so that you guys don't have to stare at it anymore. Fantastic. Shrink that down out of my way. And let's dive into our pushback and start checklist. Passenger boarding is completed. We couldn't use GSX to do that. We do have, as you can see, halfway through the aircraft here, we've got our, let's just change the view. We've got our jetway connected, so let's disconnect that. That's starting to move away now. And I'm going to close the door. Just use the Shift E function. That'll be fine. Come down here. Double check, make sure, okay, parking brake is set so we can disconnect our ground chocks. Actually, no, we can't because we still have ground power and we haven't started the APU. So let's fire up the APU real quick. Pretty straightforward. Click it once, click it twice, and she starts spinning up. And while it's doing that, I might as well look at the comments and see if anybody's got anything to say. Nothing? 21 people on here watching. Nobody has anything to say. Everybody want to say hi to Raylyn real quick? Raylyn, come here. Say hi, YouTube. Right here. Say hi, you.
Hi.
Say hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, go close the door for me, baby. She's looking for her mom right now. Who knows where she's at. Okay, APU's probably fired up by now. Just about. So when it gets back down around 4, then she'll be up and running. Let me get a drink of something here. Joe, I'm doing fantastic. How about you, buddy? Okay, go ahead and put the APU on the bus. Ground power can go off. Now we can jump down here. Again, just double check. I like to make sure the parking brake's set. And disconnect ground power, disconnect the chocks. And let's go to the pushback feature. We need to turn the nose to the right 90 degrees. And that's, I'm sure that distance is too far, so I'm going to set the straight distance at 50 and hope that I got it pretty close there, because I don't really know how far it is, to be honest with you guys. So we're ready for that. Now back to the checklist here. So passenger boarding is complete. Doors are closed and locked, and we could always double check those on here. If you go to your doors page, if it says open, that means it's closed, right? So that's telling you what you want to do with it, not where it's at. Okay, back over to the pushback page, shrink that back down. Okay, clearance for push is obtained. Throttles are in the idle position, which they are. Start levers are off. Packs need to come off. Jump up top here, and let's get the packs. Right click those to turn them off. APU is running. Bleed air pressure is checked. This is our bleed air pressure right here, and you can see when the packs go on, it changes the pressure, right? So packs off and the pressure changes. Fuel pumps are all on. Anti-collision light needs to come on, and we should have our logo light on already anyway. Then release parking brake, start the pushback, and then it goes into starting the actual engines. Now the process for starting the engine is pretty straightforward. You want to make sure your APU bleed is on, your ignition is here, and then we'll just roll this to ground ignition when we're ready to do that. So what do you say we get our pushback and get rolling here? Now these guys like to talk a little bit, so let's let them do that.
And ground, cockpit. Go ahead, Captain. We're all set to go up here. We've been cleared to push and start at your discretion.
It says 2900 is the current altimeter.
Power and air clear, doors closed. We are ready.
Talking to you, John. So I'm thinking that maybe parts of this airport are a little high, because I know that...
okay, parking brake is off, clear to push.
I know that the airport in general is below sea level by 11 feet, but let's hit the Bravo key and just see if it adjusts. Yeah, so hitting the Bravo key didn't make any difference. So I'm just guessing this part of the airport we're probably above sea level just a hair. But I mean, it's cutting it close here, to be honest with you. If we jump this guy up, I mean, it's pretty close. So I don't know. I don't know why it's saying that, to be honest with you. No, I'm not on VATSIM, Logan, and I won't be. Okay, let's go ahead and start engine number 2 first. So we're just going to roll this to ground. And then if we look down here, we see the N2 starting to come up. There it is kicking in. We look on here, we see the start valve is open. We're going to get the low oil pressure light for a little bit. That'll go away at a certain point. And when we get to 25 on the N2, that's when we're going to introduce fuel. So let me shrink those back down. There's 23 already, 24 and 25. So introduce fuel. Yeah, it could be, John. That's a good point. So, well, you've got 09er82. I've got well, Lars, you're putting it as what do you call it? Hectopascals, right? So, let's see which one changes it here. Let me zoom up there real quick. So if I change it to hectopascals, after we set the park and brake.
Alright, brakes are set and pressure's normal.
So that's what I've got. 982 on the hectopascals. So 2900.
Alright guys, thanks. You're cleared to disconnect. We will be watching for the pin and the release from guidance.
Hey Fabian, how you doing, buddy?
And we'll see
I prank you. I prank you. It says call me Alex. Okay, Alex, but no pranks, okay? Okay, engine number 2 is started. Let's roll over to engine number 1 here. Same thing. Should see the start valve just kicked on. Low pressure light, low oil pressure will be on. Watching the N2 to get to 25. When it reaches 25, we'll introduce fuel to the system. Pretty straightforward, right guys? Very easy engine start procedure once you know how to do it. There's 21, 2, 3, 4, and coming up on 5. There we go. Fantastic. And let's let her finish starting up here. And as it's doing that, let's go ahead and start taking a look at our after start checklist. Engine generators will come on once we got them both running. And we can jump up here and get the probe heat on though. That's fine. Anti-ice as required. So outside air temperature right now is plus 6 degrees Celsius. It was raining, so we probably need anti-ice, right? Let me get a better view here. So for the anti-ice, we can turn on the engine anti-ice, but I guess you're supposed to wait on the wing anti-ice until you're airborne, right? And there, we don't have any de-icing, so engine bleeds on. Coming back up here, so engine bleeds are already on. APU bleed is on as well. That's going to come off here shortly. Packs can go to auto. Left click, not right click. There we go. Packs are on auto. Isolation valve goes to auto. That one's a right click. And then APU bleed goes off. Right click that one. And then APU switch can go off as well. But first, we need to, there we go. Take the APU off the bus. Turn the APU off. Give the attendant a quick call. I never turned on the seatbelt signs. That's awesome. Passengers are falling all over the place. External lights as required. We don't need strobe lights yet. Wing lights and wheel well lights can come on. Master caution light off, and then check the recall. Master caution light is off. Recall, nothing on that side, nothing on that side. And that takes care of our after start checklist, guys. So our taxi checklist. Taxi clearance is obtained. Ground crew is out of the way because they were never there. And then we need to set the flaps. So we're doing a flaps 1 takeoff. So, oh, I forgot. It's not the handle on this one. There we go. Flaps 1 takeoff. And then I need to get my track IR on, so bear with me for just a second here. Alrighty, let's get this track IR squared away here. I have to actually close it out and then turn it back on. It's kind of silly the way that is. And it has something to do with P3D because it doesn't do that to me in FSX. Okay, track IR is on now. Let me grab my checklist up here so my head's not moving around too much. We've taken care of our taxi checklist. Let's get all the way back here and turn the dome light off. There we go. Dome light is off. Fantastic. I think we need just a little bit of backlighting up top here. What do you think? There we go. And then I'm not sure where the backlighting is for this. I don't think there is backlighting, is there? You've got it down here, and you've got it up here, and that's it. Then there's backlighting down here as well, but I don't think we need to worry about that. And it's raining again, so that's fantastic. Okay, I'm not going to be able to look at comments for a couple minutes. You get more frames. You know what, Alex? That seems to be the issue with me lately as well. You can see my frame rates are dropping as we speak. But we're going to deal with it. So, taking care, looking at the taxi here. And we should, I don't know, something seems wrong about this, doesn't it? Our position on here. Okay, nope, I know where we're at. So we're actually going to scoot over here a little bit. I said we were going to go straight out to 813. But we're going to scoot over a little bit. Let's get the taxi light on so we can actually see where we're going. There we go. Well, we can sort of see where we're going, right? Brakes off. And away we go. Alright, taking a look. Looking up here where I can actually see. Yeah, so see, my frames seem to be dropping off already, which is just crazy because we were doing just fine when we started out, and now all of a sudden we're not doing so good. Yeah, look at that. It's getting choppy now, huh, guys? That's interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, frames are dropping down quite a bit. Well, we're going to have to suck it up. So I don't know what the deal is with my frame rates, guys, but we'll see how it goes. We got a couple airplanes over here. Hopefully they're not going to get in our way. So this should, where is this going to take us? We got to go down to the end of this. There's that reverse thrust thing kicking in. No idea why it does that. All right. Max span. Oh, I think we're good on that. We're not that wide. Maybe it's just because there's a couple. I mean, there's 2 or 3 aircraft down here right now. Maybe that's what's causing the issue. I don't know. But of course, it looks like they're going to come in right where we're trying to taxi, doesn't it? He just turned his lights off. So I have no idea where I'm really going here. I haven't spent much time on this airfield. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting to say the least. I kind of need to wait to see where he's going. So Alpha 13 is what we're coming up on right now, and that's the one we need to take. So I don't know what they're doing over here. It looks like he's still moving, doesn't it? Well, Alpha 13 is to the left here, so that's what we're taking. So let's go Alpha 13, and he's going to be right in the way. Come on! For crying out loud. It's absolutely retarded, man. The AI traffic just does whatever the heck it wants. It's really obnoxious. My stupid freaking reverse thrust is kicking in again. So now we're going to have to go over here and go around. Awesome. So that's Alpha 13, which is where we needed to go. And now I'm taking it. So now we're going to have to go up here to Alpha 15. That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to go up to Alpha 15. And then we'll cross, we'll actually just back taxi on 27. That's what I'm going to do. Little ridiculous. So we'll back taxi on 27 until we get to Echo 6. See what's going on in the comments over here. I don't know, Alex, are you the youngest viewer? Daniel, I have a GTX 980 Ti. And the airplane is not CPU heavy, so yeah, good times. Alright, so we're looking for Alpha 15 now. Oh, look at this guy. He's like, hey, I'll just go wherever I want. You know, you're not even supposed to drive on the taxiway, but hey, we're just going to plow right through you. Stupid freaking AI, I swear. That's one of those things you'd think they would have fixed by now, right? Is this Alpha 15? I didn't see a marker. This is Alpha 14. How are we on Alpha 14? Doesn't even show up on here. There's the B taxiway. Okay, that's fine. We'll just back taxi on B. We don't even have to back taxi on the runway. I'm trying to find my way around here. I'm getting lost. That's awesome, by the way. Oh, they're still down there, aren't they? That's alright. We'll make it work. Why is he just sitting there? I mean, come on. Why does the AI traffic do that? He's literally just sitting there. Like, oh yeah, I'm just going to hang out right here. There's an airplane behind him waiting to get by. Oh yeah, we're just going to hang out right here. Oh, now they're going to be in the way again. Son of a gun. I'm sure there's a way with Ultimate Traffic Live to clear them out, but I don't have it open right now, so I can't check. There is a taxiway right here coming up on our left that we can take. Should be November 2, I think. But, or maybe it's November 9. It cuts back though. I mean, in reality, this is like no good here, right? Because we'd run into him. But we're gonna cut back on this guy. Tell me my reverse is not kicking in again. Okay, good. So probably cutting it a little close there, but It is what it is. So we're gonna back taxi here, and then we're gonna hop on the runway, which there should be a runway sign, but there's not. Come on. This is getting a little crazy. Anyway, that's the runway dead ahead anyway. So we're gonna back taxi on the runway to Echo 6. I should just back taxied from back there instead of coming down. But whatever, it is what it is. So the white lights are the runway edge lights. And taxiway edge lights apparently. Well, those are blue. Jeez, can't even see the runway. You know what? Good news. We're supposed to turn on all our landing lights anyway. There we go. Where is this stinking runway? Is that that's another taxiway? That one's not even on the chart over here. Alright, let's go. Oh, the frickin' reverse thrust. Why is it doing that? I'm pushing the throttle forward, not backwards. Absolutely ridiculous. Stupid little... And it has to be this throttle. It has to be. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. And now, of course, we're accelerating way too fast and the frame rates are in the toilet again. What's with the frame rates? Oh, come on. It was just fine when we started out. Why is it a problem all of a sudden? Wow. This is already turning into like a crazy live stream. Oh, look, there was an airplane landing over here, too. Well, he just had to do a go-around thanks to us. Those guys leave yet? Nope, still just sitting over there. There's another one on approach. We're just like, yep, we'll do what we want. So now I'm looking for, what is it? Echo 6, which should be up here on the left. Oh, geez Louise, guys. It's like turning into a crazy nightmare live stream already, isn't it? Frame rates are the biggest issue. I'm just so over the frame rates thing. And you saw it was fine when we started up, you know, and now here we are almost an hour into the stream and the frame rates are practically in the toilet again. Because that makes perfect sense, right? There's our taxiway right here, not even marked. Awesome. Alright, come on. Okay, I think we're on the right taxiway anyway, so that's good. And we're off the runway, so let's go ahead and get those landing lights back off. There we go. Back to just the taxi lights where you really can't see anything. And let's try and get her up here and hold short of the runway. Boy, it's pretty crazy taxiing around here at Schiphol, guys. If you're unfamiliar with this airport, you're going to be in some trouble. Okay. Nice little cough for you there. There's our hold short line, so we finally made it over here to where we're supposed to be, so that's good. Let me get her up here just a little bit more. And let's bring her to a nice easy stop. Maybe. There we go. Boom. Okay, track hour coming off. A little jump here. There we go. Let's set the parking brake real quick. And let's hop all the way up top and let's just turn the dome light on for now so we can see what we're doing. And let's take care of our before takeoff checklist. First one is down to the line. Master caution light is off. Recall checked, so we check it again. Nothing coming up on the recall. Flight controls checked. So this guy here, full left, full right, neutral, all the way up, all the way down, neutral, and then the rudder, full left, full right, and neutral. Fantastic. Flight control check complete. Put that back on the engine page. And where are we at here? Flaps are set and checked. Trim is set and checked. Flight directors are on. Takeoff briefing is complete. Is it? We didn't actually talk about the departure, did we? Did we talk about the departure? I think we did. Yeah, pretty sure we did. No, we did the taxi only, didn't we? Uh-oh. I guess we got to do the departure too then. Let me pull it up here. Swing it over here. Get this out of the way, and then I gotta pop this thing up so that I can show it to you guys. And there we go. Taking a look at our departure briefing then. It's the Valco 3E departure. We're going to be over here on runway 18 left. So take off at 183 degrees until reaching 500 feet. And it says to be at 500 feet here, but it doesn't say we can't go beyond it. So I think what that's saying, and if we read it down here, I'm sure it'll tell us. When we reach 500 feet, turn left 163 degrees. And then at 6.5 from SPL, turn right, intercept the 282 bearing towards CH, and so on and so forth. Out here to CH, and then a left out to Valco, and then off we go. Airport elevation is minus 11 feet. Don't know why it's not showing up properly on here. It is showing us at minus 4, so ship hold departure on 121.205. Pretty straightforward as far as all that goes. There's you guys. Didn't mean to jump that up. I needed to stay on that and get rid of this. Now I can show you guys on here. Shrink that down. Awesome. Okay, anyway, there we go. So that's our departure briefing. Takeoff clearance is obtained. Strobe lights need to come on. They'll go to strobe and steady. Logo light stays on. Everything else stays on. Landing lights come on. Runway turnoff lights come on. Fantastic. Engine start switches to continuous, both of them. There we go. Auto throttle needs to be armed, and TCAS to TARA, and then we're ready to go. So auto throttle armed, TCAS way down here, all the way over to TARA. Make sure we hit traffic on here. There we go. And I think we're ready to rock and roll. Anything in the comments here? November 3 I just crossed. Triggered. You have no idea. I have no idea what the guy in Russian is writing. Oh, your ship hold controller on VATSIM? Fantastic. Yes, I'm running Windows 7. Hey, Hussein, how are you, buddy? All right, track IR coming on, big jump here. Actually, first, let me turn that dome light off. I click that. Now the track IR is coming on, big jump. There we go. And parking brake off. Let's get some thrust in there. Frame rates are not doing great, but they've been worse. And again, I don't really know what the issue is as far as the frame rates when I start streaming, but yeah, I just have issues with it. I don't know what the deal is. So anyway, away we go. Hopefully we won't get that stupid reverse thrust thing going on. All right, 18 left at Echo 6. Fantastic. No traffic on approach. What about over here? I don't see anybody else on approach. That's good, because we're going to be crossing that runway here shortly when we do our takeoff roll. Alright. Swing her up and around. I don't know why there's a hold short line back there and one up here. That's kind of interesting. Frame rates are acting a little funky again. No big surprise there at this point. We got plenty of thrust, plenty of runway, so we're just going to roll right on and roll right into our takeoff. And the runway is clear, maybe. Is there another airplane down there? Seriously? We're not going to roll right into our takeoff. Now we got to wait on another aircraft down there. Figured a nice easy stop here. What is he doing on the runway? And I guarantee he's probably just sitting there, isn't he? I mean, he can't be taken off. He's got no landing lights on, right? Well, it's quite the storm we got out there too, isn't it? Let's get the weather radar on here. Weather. And down here it should just be on auto. There we go. Woo-wee, look at that weather, guys. Yikes. Let's zoom that down a little bit. So we can try and avoid the worst of it, huh? Okay. Is he gone now? I think he is. Okay, so we're not going to follow this. We're going to probably scoot through here and try and avoid the red. Alright, away we go. Thrust to about 40%. Oh, stupid reversers! See that? You guys see it keeps kicking in there. It's on reverse thrust right now. Killing me with that crap. Auto throttle disconnected. There we go. Oh, I hate that. I don't know what that glitch is, but I hate it. Release the brakes, hit the toga, and let's try not to fly into the heart of this storm up here, huh? This is going to be interesting. So we're going to try and thread the needle there. little bit of wind coming in off the side. Using quite a bit of rudder to maintain center line here. There's 80 knots. This is going to scare the bajonkers out. Whoa, where are we going there? This is going to scare the passengers something fierce. Wow. There's
V1.
There's rotate.
V2.
Again, I don't know why it's being called twice. I've only got it set in one place. Ooh, okay, positive rate of climb gear coming up. It's going to be an interesting departure here, guys. Another cough for you there. Alright, we're going to continue straight ahead due to this weather and try and get down the middle of that gap there. Leave the flaps where they're at for the moment. Looking pretty good. Oh yeah, it's getting ugly, guys. We're going to hit some nastiness coming through here. There's our thrust reduction. And bring that nose down a little bit. I don't know why. Well, let's go ahead and crank this up to. Let's get up to 240. There we go. 240. Fantastic. Let's make a little bit of a right turn here and try and kind of thread through there. We're already above transition altitude. Kind of threading through the needle a little bit. Letting that speed come up. Oh, that is some ugly stuff, guys. Whew, quite the thunderstorm. Probably shouldn't have taken off in this weather, but we did. And here we are, flying into the heart of this beast of a storm. It is a nasty storm too, isn't it? Yeah, shared cockpit would be great, dog tag. I think you can do it with the multiplayer, can't you? On P3D. Okay, flaps coming up now, guys. Let's turn the landing gear off. Frame rates seem to be holding tolerable right now. So I'm going to continue to fly this a little bit, and I'm going to try and sort of skin my way up through here just a little, alright? Just for the moment. Well, no, it looks like we're actually getting above this already. So let's go ahead and start this turn, and then we didn't arm LNAV and VNAV, so let's arm those and let's get the autopilot on. Let the autopilot do its thing here for just a second. Keep an eye on it. It looks like we avoided the worst of the storm. That was the idea there. Track IR coming off, little jump here. Frame rates are tolerable. They're dropping a little bit. At times they're dropping down into the, I mean, they're in the teens, so granted there's a lot going on here, but I'm telling you, when I'm not live streaming, I don't have this issue, guys. I really don't. It's crazy. Alright. We're just about to cross 10,000. As soon as we do, we'll take care of those landing lights. And then we'll take care of our after takeoff checklist. Let me just double check and make sure everything's going good. Climbing, yep. So just checking the A-cars there real quick. Boy, that is quite a storm, huh, guys? There's 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and get the landing lights off, runway turn-off lights, and taxi lights off. And then let's jump all the way up top. And let's get the dome lights on so we can see what we're doing. There we go. That is an ugly storm. Looks like we're just going to miss the bulk of it, too. So we'll see how that goes. Excuse me. Okay, taking a look at our after takeoff checklist here. Positive rate of climb, gear is up. It just talks about reducing pitch. It's basically telling you how to fly the aircraft. Gear is off, auto brakes are off, engine start switches go to the off position as well. There we go, those are both in the off position. Whew, that is quite the storm. I'll tell you what, man, that is, look at that. Oh man, that thing is ugly. Looks like we're just gonna come along the side of this one here. I think we'll be alright. But that is ugly, man. And then of course the frame rates are doing crap right now. But again, I don't have this problem when I'm not live streaming. I don't get it. It's kind of frustrating. Yeah, it's definitely the live streaming that causes it, dog tag. Zone 5 afterburner punch through to Angels 40. You're killing me, man. You gotta come over and fly with the virtual fighter wing I fly with. You'd love it. Yeah, a lot of ugliness on that radar, man. And those are some towering clouds. So, again, frame rates are within the tolerable range. You know, you can see what's going on and stuff. The crazy thing is the live streaming app is it's not sucking up a lot of CPU, but for whatever reason, I think it has to do with just the outgoing stream itself. I get so much better on the frame rates when I'm not flying, you know. Like I just finished recording a video before this. I did a video of the MD-11 in FSX, and no problem at all. So I don't know, guys. That's the frustrating part about streaming for me right now. I have to figure out how to optimize my stream, and I've been looking and trying some stuff, but you know, the only thing I can do is stream, right? I could stream private, but I'd rather have you guys on here, see what's going on, because I know you guys deal with frustrations when it comes to your flight sims as well. So, you know, I think it's better to have you guys present, even if we're having some issues. So, well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Dog Tag. I am too, man. This is some wicked weather out here, and it's supposed to be clear over at Heathrow, so that's going to make it interesting. But there's some of the turbulence kicking in, boy. It's being vicious, isn't it? Woo-wee. That is, passengers are just, they're in the back screaming and just hating life right now. Oh, good times, guys. Okay, we miss anything here? Here's a cough for you. The climb checklist is just VNAV, transition, altitude, all that stuff. So we're good there. We don't need to worry about any of that. Turn off the weather radar and see if that helps in the NGX. Yeah, we can turn it off and see. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it looks like they jumped almost immediately. We'll see how it looks for you guys, since there's a little delay there. And it is true, the weather radar definitely sucks up some frames there, guys. But I didn't have it on while we were taxiing, and we were still having an issue. So I'm still pretty well convinced that it's just the stream. The stream makes it just a pain in the butt as far as frame rates, and so we're just gonna have to keep working on optimizing that. For those of you who don't know, Shivam decided to go ahead and support my channel yesterday by sponsoring. That's why he's got the little Captain Mac logo next to his name there, and his name shows up in green on the chat. So thank you again, Shivam, for sponsoring the channel. I really appreciate it. And you know, if you guys wouldn't mind, do me a favor and thank Shivam for sponsoring the channel. It's freaking awesome. Between the thunderclouds is better. Yeah, that's kind of what we're trying to do here. GL is thread our way through, but I'm just letting the autopilot do its thing. And you can see the woo-wee. This is some rough weather here. Yeah, I could shiv him. I'm going to leave him on for a moment. Actually, what I want to do is I want to hop outside. It might get a little loud here, but I want to hop out and see how this weather looks and stuff in this cinematic view. Oh, look at that plane getting tossed around, guys. GL, he was absolutely thrilled with the new bike, man. He loves it. So, yeah, frame rates are substantially better outside the aircraft now, so that's saying something. Look at this sucker getting kicked around. Now, there's the crazy part. We're still getting really good frame rates, up to, you know, 40s and 50s here, and you're still seeing some chop, you know, which is a little crazy, right? It's very minimal, though. It's kind of hard to tell, actually, if that's the chop from the sim or if that's just because the aircraft's getting tossed around like a rag doll. Yeah, he absolutely loved it, GL. And my daughter got a new bike, too, and she mostly complained while she was riding it. Look at the contrails, the up and down from the turbulence. That's freaking awesome, man. This is quite the show we're getting here, huh? See, the frame rates are fantastic outside the aircraft, and they should be pretty good inside. Looks like those turbulence finally settled down. So looking pretty good there. Quick screenshot for me and then back into the aircraft. So yeah, we're getting up to 50 frames a second outside, and right now we're getting 20-something inside on average. So, you know, we'll see how it goes by the time we get over to Heathrow. We'll just have to see what we end up with. I mean, they're dropping down into the teens. And Shivam's right, you know, if I jump up here and I turn off the dome lights, that should help a little bit. Maybe not a lot, we'll see. It's a nice view anyway at night, right? And I think that frame rate counter's off by a little bit as well, but yeah, with just the dome lights off, it goes up a little. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so coming up towards top of climb here, let's expand this out a little bit so we can see a little better. There we go, and we're going to be on top of the descent quick, so the first thing I want to do here is I'm going to pull up my arrival chart so that we can talk about the arrival real quick. Give me just a sec while that's coming up here. It's being slow. It's being super slow, probably because I'm live streaming. And it looks like for some reason it decided to pull up all my charts twice. That might have been why it took so long. Alright, let me move this here where I've got the view that I want. And let me show it to you guys. There it is. So this is going to be our arrival today, guys. It's the Lam 3 Alpha arrival. Now you can't see my mouse on here. I haven't figured out how to switch it so the mouse shows up on both of them, but we'll just kind of suck it up. But anyway, so you look and you see on the right side, you see Logan there. That's where we're going to enter the arrival. And then down to Trippo, and then Sabre, Brasso, 12.0 from Lam, and then Lam itself. Pretty straightforward on the arrival. ATIS, we'll just call it 113.75. Airport elevations at 83 feet. Now, there are a couple of notes on here. There's the number 1 between Logan and Trippo. It says due to proximity of EG distance, I guess is what the D is for, 138, do not fly south of track. I guess that has to do with this, right? With the if you look in the purple there, you see EGD. I think that's probably like a training area or something like that. It's a restricted area. I'm not sure though. One of you probably knows. And then it says for number 2, that's probably for the hold. It says aircraft will be instructed by ATC to fly the appropriate flight level. So it's so busy over in the UK that they use these holding stacks, and that's why Lam's got a hold point on it automatically, and it may even already be programmed in the FMC. I'll have to double check it. But that's the gist of it there. So let me switch us back over here, back onto the flight deck. And then I never turned this thing on. This is supposed to go to the active legs page, but I didn't do that. That's awesome. We'll put this on the progress page now. We'll put this one on the legs page. There we go, legs page. You can have them both open. Close that one down. Let's take a look at our legs here real quick. At Lam, it doesn't show us holding, so we're just going to scoot right past Lam and then on from there. And we're just about 40 nautical miles from top of descent already, so we've got just enough time that let's take a look at our approach. Whoops, hit the wrong button there. There we go. Okay, move that over there. We'll probably have to zoom this in and move it around a little bit. Okay, so we'll start with that view. Let me pop the approach up for you guys. There we go. So it's going to be the ILS 27 right approach for us. ATIS again on 113.75. Heathrow directors on 119.725 with tower on 18.5. Ground, we're going to take 21.9er because obviously we're not using it anyway. Localizer is 110.3. We'll need to tune that in here shortly. Final approach course 270 degrees with a glide slope intercept at 1,410 feet. ILS decision altitude 278 feet. Airport elevation is 83 feet. If we have a missed approach, climb straight ahead. When passing 1,580 feet or at 00 from IRR, whichever is later, climbing turn to the right on track 317 to 3,000 feet, then as directed. And you can see what that looks like on the plan view here, straight out and then right hand turn. And then on our profile view, intercept the glide slope 2,500 at 7.5 from the localizer. Pretty straightforward. 278 on the decision altitude. So let me get rid of that now. Move it back over here so that I can see it clearly. And here we go. So you can see, again, we're coming up on top of descent pretty quick. So let's take a look at our descent checklist here. Speed is just monitored. Transition altitude set to local altimeter, 10,000 feet, landing lights, all that stuff. We do need to change our altitude though. So we said our intercept is at 2,500 feet. That's where I'm going to move it to. And we're going to keep an eye on it, and hopefully we don't shoot past any altitude restrictions or anything like that. So there's 25 on there. Let's go ahead and tune in the ILS frequency. Again, it's 110.3. There was a little star on there. I'm looking over here just to see. I don't know why there's a little star next to it. I think that's the first time I've seen that. I'm just looking on the chart to see if I see a star anywhere that tells me what that is, but I don't. So it is what it is. Let's tune it in. 110.3. We can bring in a little, it's this one here. Let's bring in a little backlighting here. There we go, so we can actually see, right? So 110.3. There we go, switch that one over, and then we need to put it on both. There we go. And you put it on both so that it can auto land. I don't think we're going to need to because the weather's looking pretty good. Now I want a little floodlight in there. There we go. Back up here, you can see that top of the ascent is coming up pretty quick. We'll leave this at the 40-mile setting for now. I think that's just fine. And let's see what's going on in the chat, guys. Oh, let's see. I gotta scroll back up here. I missed a bunch of them. Holy cow, you guys were chatting it up. Sweet. John had to leave. That's a shame. Keep the weather radar on. You are correct, GL. I went in and turned it off for the sake of the frame rates. I think we're fine for now. NVENC will take loads off your CPU. It's a feature in its graphics cards that performs video encoding, offloading. This. How do you use it? Hi, Lightning. Welcome aboard. High winds over the sea as you break over land drops. Okay, 7 knots. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate that. Lightning, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Actually, I use NVIDIA Shadow Play for recording. Yeah, so I looked at the live streaming through the NVIDIA software, and it's kind of shoddy on the setup. Doesn't give you a lot of options. And you're fine. I don't mind that you hijack the comments, guys. You guys can chat away all you want. I'm just trying to get caught up here is all. We should be descending shortly. Yeah, so I took a look at it, and I'm going to look at it some more, but it seems like it's very limited in what I can do with it. Basically, I can show the screen, and I can talk, but I can't. It doesn't look like I can do much else. So we'll see how that goes. Where are... who? No free food. Oh, dog tag's asking for snacks already. Yeah, so yeah, you know, maybe I'll try a live stream. Either I got pause turned on with A-cars. That's why. Maybe I'll try a live stream later today or tomorrow where I use the NVIDIA program and see how it goes. But I don't know. We'll see. Hold on, I gotta check my text here real quick, guys. Okay, it was nothing. So I'll see, but basically what it comes down to is there don't seem to be a lot of options available. I started kind of setting it up, and basically it looks like it's screen capture and, you know, and then you choose where it goes to, so YouTube in this case, or Facebook, or whatever you want to do with it, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah, I did update it, dog tag. I updated the drivers and everything last night, so hopefully that's going to help a little bit. We'll see. But, yeah, I'm going to have to try and do a stream with it, but I guarantee the options are limited on it. You know, they made all those changes, I don't know, a year and a half ago, where they changed it to this sharing program that it is now, which I really disliked. You know, and now I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe that was a good thing because they've got the ability to live stream, but then I take a look at it, and the live stream, it needs a lot of work, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing. But again, haven't really tried it yet, just kind of looked at it. So there's the start of the descent there, guys. Hey, Captain Jacobs, love your Trip 7 tutorial. Oh, fantastic. I'm glad you liked it, man. I appreciate that very much. I think I'm going to do a new tutorial on that one in the near future. I'm debating. It'll be the same thing, just do it in P3D. I don't know if it's worth the effort, though. I think that tutorial's done pretty well for itself, so I may leave it as is. But thank you for the compliment, Captain Jacobs. I really appreciate that, man. And I'm glad it helped you out. That's fantastic. I do get some great feedback on my full flight tutorials, guys, and I really appreciate that. I've got I got to finish the black box Airbus A330. It's actually done, and I'm going to refly it just because I don't like it. I do that sometimes, so But sometimes I go back and I look at my own tutorials because I fly so many different airplanes. I have to go back and look at my own tutorials to try and remember how to fly an airplane. I did that for the MD-11 earlier today. Well, let me tell you. So you'll see it here. It probably won't be for another week or two before it's uploaded, but I did the next flight in the FedEx Global Tour in the MD-11, just a short hop from LA over to Phoenix, and everything was going great. And then I take control of the throttles on short final. I didn't reduce them quick enough, so the speed went a little fast, and I floated, you know, halfway down the runway. It was a little ridiculous. The landing was terrible, but even worse, right before touchdown, and I mean right before touchdown, all of a sudden a Southwest Airlines plane appears on the runway, and I mean appears, because I went back and I looked at the video clip very carefully, and that airplane was not there. And I was like, so I ended up, you know, basically plowing right through him. Of course, I have the detect crashes and damage turned off, because you have, you know, you saw when we were taxiing over there at Schiphol, you got a freaking truck just drives right down the taxiway where he's not supposed to. You know, that's something GSX needs to fix, by the way. But anyway, so yeah, Southwest Airlines 737 just appears right in the middle of the runway, right as I'm touching down. I mean, there's no chance for a go around at all, and I probably wouldn't have gone around anyway. You know, so I got full reverse, you know, full brakes. I screwed up. I didn't do my my landing checklist. I mean, it was a nightmare. And I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna upload it, because we all have days like that, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So Captain Jacob says that he loves that tutorial. Have you guys taken a look at that Trip 7 tutorial, and what are your thoughts on it? Yeah, Frugal, that guy. We don't want to talk about him on here. But anyway, what do you guys think of that one? You think that one's deserving of a redo or not? I actually asked this the other day, if anybody was interested in some advanced tutorials. So for example, the NGX. If anybody's interested in me actually taking the time to really dig through the manuals and pull up all the goods on this airplane and do a series of tutorials on, say, just the NGX, advanced tutorials, emergency procedures, all that kind of stuff, and then carry on and do the same with, say, the 747, 777, and so on. If there's enough interest in that, because that's a huge workload, so there has to be enough interest. But if there is, then I will consider doing some of those advanced tutorials. I think I'm getting an ear infection, guys. I keep getting this random, like, sharp pain way deep down in my ear. It kind of comes and goes real quick. Let's bring this range down a little bit here. Let's go ahead and turn the weather back on for now, because we're descending back into some more clouds here. Just want to see what we're going to be looking at. Check the recall real quick. Everything looks good. Not getting anything on the weather here. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of drag. Help slow her down a little bit here. Yeah, weather radar is not showing anything right now. Would it just decide to stop working or something? That's kind of weird. It's on auto, so it should be, like, right now it's at -2A. So, oh well, it is what it is. Captain Jacobs likes the idea of an advanced tutorial. Yeah, that's true, Dog Tag. So here's a question then, let me add to it. So what do you guys think would be better received? Doing all of the tutorials, so let's just say, just for a number, let's say it comes to 5 tutorials for a full in-depth NGX advanced tutorial. Alright, so let's just say it comes to 5. I don't know how many it'll be. Would it be better, you think, to do all of them? No, I don't have terrain radar on. I've got the weather radar on. Would it be better to do all of the tutorials and then upload them all at the same time? Or each, as I complete each tutorial, upload it? What do you guys think? You and that CRJ, buddy. A little bit more spoilers coming in there. So it switched to VNAV altitude for some reason. I'm not sure why it did that. What do we got here? Brasso. Yeah, why is it? Is it just the speed or what? This thing's being kind of weird here. So at Brasso we're supposed to be, it's showing us at 13.2, and we are currently 7 miles from it and at 15.9. So there's no way we're going to make it. So why is it doing that? I don't want to hold altitude here. I want to descend on the VNAV path, so descend. And the speed keeps reducing as well. What is going on here? That's weird. Okay, let's... Tell me that's a pause. Why is it pausing? Stop pausing. Descent path unachievable. Yeah, because you decided not to descend. Alright. We're switching to MCP speed. Bring this back up to 240. And now we're going to have to take control and see if we can get where we need to be on time. Fantastic. I have no idea why it did that. Anybody know why? Captain United, what's going on, buddy? One a week, like, let's see, more manageable. One a week, more manageable, allows you to do other things as well. Well, I was thinking about, so what I was thinking is not doing them all at once. Just do them all, you know, when I can. Do the edits and everything, get everything done, the video's done, and then once they're all done, however long that takes, it might take me a month, it might take me 6 months, I don't know, but then just upload them all at once. Or I could, once they're all done, I could upload them one a week or something like that. Alright, let's throw some spoilers out there. We need to get down. We are way too high. I have no idea why it went into altitude hold mode. It was on VNAV path, and it was doing fine. Yeah, steep descent. Yeah, no kidding, right? Jeez Louise. Alright, where are we at here? Let's look at our arrival procedure. Destination runway's been selected. We do need to take care of the VREF in here. Let's clear that out. Go to initial reference. We're going to land flaps 40, 135. Grab that, throw it in there. Fantastic. And then that would take us to our approach checklist. Approach is selected and briefed. Nav radios are set for the approach. And then from there it's just, let's see, auto brakes need to be set. Let's set auto brakes to 2. I didn't do the landing in, oh, we need to do that still, don't we? Let me pull up Top Cat here. You guys can't see it, of course. Landing, in flight. Should be grabbing the info, right? Landing distance required 519 feet. Wow, that's something else, huh? Okay, I think we're gonna need more landing distance than that personally, but okay, we're gonna have a hard time getting to altitude on time, that's for sure. We're underneath the clouds now though, so we can turn the weather radar off. It's not gonna be an issue for us. Auto brakes are set to 2. Auto spoilers, we can't arm those yet because we're using them. Engine start switches, need to go back to continuous. There we go. What's our altitude at? 12,000. Random jump to the side there. Fantastic. And then it'll just be setting up the ILS stuff itself. So, man, it's not even descending very quickly, right? Woo-wee. Course setting. Yes, I will set the course. What is the final approach course? It is 270 degrees. That's the speed. We want to keep that at 240 for now. Heading 270. Come on. There we go. Course setting 270. Go the other way. There we go. Course is set. Heading is set. And we're still trying to get this thing down to where we need to be. We are like 6,000, no, 1,500 feet too high. I don't know if we're going to make it down in time, guys. Let's bring the speed up a little bit. That'll help increase our rate of descent. That was just a little, I don't know why it did that. I have no idea. Do one tutorial and upload. That way we can learn, throw back questions in regards to that tutorial. Yeah, that's a good point. I like that. Top Cat. A great Top Cat tutorial. Yeah, maybe I'll take a look at doing a Top Cat tutorial. What's up, darling? Okay. I'm on approach here, so, or about to be. Okay. Back in just a second, guys. Alright, I'm back, guys. Okay, so we got the landing lights on. We're coming below 10,000 feet. We are still way too high here. So, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get her down there, but there's no way we're going to be down in time. So what we're probably going to do here is let's take the heading select. Let's run it over here to 180, and we're going to have to circle around. I don't have a choice now. I have no idea why it went into altitude hold mode. I really don't. And now the frame rates are going in the toilet again. Awesome. Well, we're just having nothing but trouble with frame rates lately. Still trying to get that altitude down. Wow, come on. This is ridiculous. It's starting to tick me off. I'm going to stop live streaming if this doesn't get itself fixed here pretty soon. Let's see. What do we need to be at? 2,500? Yeah, we got a ways to go here, don't we? Come on. Yeah, I just hate when things get on their own program. I really do. Alright. Let's bring her around to 360. Actually, I need to go to 90, don't I? Duh. 90 first. Absolute ridiculousness. I do not like when things don't work right. Let's go back to VNAV. It's on VNAV path now. Of course, we need to slow down. Why did it do that? That didn't make any sense, guys. Oh well, it is what it is. Swing it all the way around to 360. And we'll try and get back over there and get where we're supposed to. Absolutely, it's just stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Alright. Well, guys, yeah, I don't know, man. There's no reason it should have gone into altitude hold. That didn't make any sense at all. Let's get rid of those spoilers there. Bring that down. Next setting of flaps coming in. All right, we'll fly this for a moment here. Yeah, it just that was weird. I don't know why it did that. So, anyway, now we're too low, of course, right? But at least it's on VNAV path now. So, it is what it is. One more setting of flaps coming in here. Might have to take control of the speed myself, because it wants to, yeah, see, it wants to go even slower. So, speed intervene, get back up to 180. There's no reason for the speed to go that low. Let's swing her around a little further here. There we go. And it looks like we're going to cut somebody off over here. That's fine. I don't mind. Probably could have just swung it on in over here and intercepted the localizer, but we didn't, so it is what it is. Okay, course on both sides. I'm sorry. There we go, 270 on both sides. Yes, I've tried purely streaming on Twitch, Shivam. I did, and same problems. No, I don't think that was a failure. He'll swerve first. Yeah, I think he will, won't he? Yep, he'll probably swerve first. No, he won't actually. AI traffic doesn't swerve at all. They're absolutely ridiculous. Alrighty, get back on the glide path here pretty soon. Or the descent path. And in we shall go. So frame rate's doing so-so. Having their issues, but I think we're going to be alright. We're going to pull through on this one. Let's take a look at GSX. And let me... Now I know this is going to cause frame rates to slow a little, but I'm going to disconnect this over here. And... select an airport. EGLL. And we'll go with the G parking. And what gate here? Let's go with gate 117. Has a jetway. Let's use British Airways. That'll be fine. I'm just selecting the stuff, and then I guess that's it. It doesn't say anything right now. We'll have to select a follow me when we get closer. Or maybe we can select one now. I don't think so, though. Nope. So we'll just have to wait, but after we land, we'll request a follow me truck, and that should help out. Oh, I should have hit the LNAV, huh? I was too busy messing with GSX. Little bit of chop there, little bit of chop. I took a GL, I'm sorry, my bad. Back on the LNAV. Speed's increasing a little bit. Let's get a little bit of spoilers in there. Woo, a little heavy on the frames, huh? We'll see how it goes on the approach here. Hopefully it'll be better. There we go, getting back on the LNAV here. I talk too much, please fly. Sorry. I always talk. That's just the way I do things. Hey Bert, welcome to the show. You're just in time to hear GL giving me a hard time about talking too much. A lot of chop in there, huh guys? A lot of chop. Get that speed down. Alright, let's as the speed's coming down, let's go ahead and arm the localizer here. There we go. Wait for it to intercept that. Got the spoilers extended all the way at the moment. Frame rates are crap. Big surprise there. You can see even that I've got the autogen, the lights aren't on all the way out here because I've got it all turned way down, but it is what it is, guys. We're just gonna have to keep sucking it up, huh? I'm actually surprised we're having such a hard time getting our speed to come down. What's the thing in the... Oh, that's my frame rates, Burke. And they're crap right now. They're really bad. And I've got stuff, most of the stuff tuned down, but it is what it is. Wait, speed just doesn't want to come down, huh? That's something else there. Alright, let's bring this down one more notch here so we can see a little better. Hopefully the frame rates will be good enough that I can actually fly the aircraft rather than having to auto land, because I'm not a big fan of that, as you guys probably know by now. But we'll see what we get here. Yeah, a little bit of it's just the wind, I think. Right now we've got a pretty strong 30-knot crosswind, and it is straight across us right now, so... Oh, speed was too high. Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, the streaming is definitely causing the issue. There's no doubt about that. Alright, we should intercept the localizer here shortly. There it is, intercepted. Let's go ahead and press the approach switch. Still descending down to 2,500. And we're still above the transition altitude, apparently. What is the transition altitude here? What is transition altitude? Find it, find it. Now I'm trying to find it real fast and I can't. What's transition altitude? Oh, there it is, 6,000 feet. So why is it still telling us Well, that's just ridiculous. We'll use the B key, because now we're below 2,500. Well, that was my bad. Shift tab. It's like GL was saying, I talk too much. Alright, so we'll get back up to 2,500 here. And we'll intercept that glide slope, and then away we go. Goodness. Boy, that crosswind is something else, huh? That's a healthy crosswind. 21 knots right now. Can intercept glide slope here any second now. There it is. We'll on the second autopilot just in case the frame rates just don't allow me to fly the aircraft here. It's hard to say. Let's go ahead and get the gear down. Give the speed back. Actually, I'm just going to control the speed for now. So frame rates are still crap. 139 is what we need on here. Bring that down to 139. That's quite the crosswind landing we got going here, huh guys? Track higher coming on, big jump. There we go. See if these frames lighten up for us a little bit, huh? Next setting of flaps coming in. I don't know, man. Those frame rates are pretty rough, guys. Flaps 15. There's flaps 25. Flaps 30. And all the way to flaps 40. Alright, landing checklist. Gear is down and locked. 3 green. Speed brake is armed. Auto throttle is currently armed. Autopilot is on. Glide slope is intercepted. Landing lights are on. Engine start selectors are on continuous. We're looking pretty good here. Frames are so-so. Now I know somebody's going to get mad about the way I'm going to do this, but I'm going to disconnect the autopilot up here. I know some of you guys don't like that, but that's just the way it's going to have to be. We'll leave the auto throttle on for the moment. I don't know why she's trying to climb. Let's go ahead and get the auto throttle off as well. I'm going to try and fly this in, guys. We'll see how it goes. Alright. Frame rates are semi-tolerable. Should be good enough to fly anyway, right? Bring in just a little more throttle there to get that nose to come up. There we go, looking good. Alright, I think we can get away with this. That crosswind's making it entertaining. It's down to 7 knots now, so that's not too bad.
500.
Looking good. Little chop, but I think I can land it. And you should get a landing rate indicator too. It should pop up on the screen there for you. We'll find out for sure when I land. Hopefully you'll be able to see it.
300.
Looking pretty good. Got just a skosh low there. A little fast.
200.
Little chop, but we'll be alright. Yeah, it's the chop is making it hard to keep up with the aircraft.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Minus 131, guys. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. Not sure if that'll pop up for you or not. Let me know in the comments if that landing rate thing popped up for you. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible either. Alright. Let's take the next exit here. Oh, there's a little chop there. Alright. And let's see if we can get GSX out here. Oh boy, it's choppy, guys. Whew. Come on. There we go. Little throttle coming in. Request to follow me. And so follow me car should be on its way. Zoom up here a little bit. Yeah, it's really choppy, huh? Okay, let's get those spoilers down. Flaps coming up. Still trying to get clear of the runway. The choppiness is ridiculous. So it's definitely the stream, and I think part of what's happening here, guys, I really think that it's hanging on to all of the scenery and everything for some reason. Because we started out, we were doing just fine. You guys saw we taxied out, we were doing just fine. Everything was good, and then it started going to crap. So not really sure what the deal is there. APU, start that. Taxi light on. Landing lights off. Runway turn off lights off. And try not to run off the end of the taxiway there. There we go. So the chop is killing me. There's our... Ooh, he's screaming in there. Look at this guy. Jeez Louise, man. Why is he going so fast? Do I have this like on accelerated rate or something? Like that was crazy how fast he cruised in here, wasn't it? Wow. Okay, let's get this around the corner, start following him, then we'll take a look at our after landing checklist. I completely missed the turn there. There's no lights on the taxiways here at all. You should have at least some centerway lights or something, centerline lights, but there's not. So it is what it is. All right, let me do what I can of the after landing checklist here. We'll see what we can do, because I'm trying to look at this in front of my face while taxiing. So, and the choppiness isn't helping. So after landing, speed brake lever is up, flaps are up, probe heat can go off. Let's take a peek and see if we can get to that without making too much of a mess here. Probe heat is those two, fantastic. Oh wow, boy, we're going now, aren't we? Okay, master caution, let's take that off. APU is ready to go on the bus, we'll do that here in a minute. What else we got here? Engine start switches can go off. Hold on, guys. I gotta get on the center of the taxi. Boy, that sucker's taxiing quick, huh? Let's slow that down a little bit. Turn those off. Fantastic. Why is it going way over to the left here? We're not taxiing so fast that the wind should be an issue, right? Okay, what else here? Strobe lights need to go off. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to those while we're taxiing along at this speed. Let's give it a shot here. Strobe lights. One click. That should have turned them off. So we should be good on those. We need to slow down here because we're turning soon. Flight directors off. Transponder to standby and APU on. So flight directors can come off. 1 and 2. APU's already on. We'll do the TCAS here in a minute because we're going to be turning on this taxiway up here, and I don't want to mess that up. Trying to find my throttle levers here without looking over there because I've got track IR on. Yeah, it's choppy, guys, but it wasn't this choppy when we left, right? So I don't get that. That's weird to me. Like, it was not this choppy when we left. It's much choppier now. So it's really, it's like for some reason OBS is hanging on to all the, to the memory of it or something, to the memory of the scenery, everything we've crossed or something like that. I don't know. I'm sure our taxi rate is way too fast here. I can't tell. I can't see anything. Probably picked the wrong parking spot, but it is what it is. Alright, let's see if we can throw TCAS off here real quick. There we go. TCAS is off. And we'll leave everything else as is for the moment. Is this our parking space coming up, or is he just waiting on me? I think he's just waiting on me. It's a lot easier when you use the follow me. I could have looked it up on the chart, but yeah, this was a short flight, fighting with frame rates. Yeah, I'm just not messing with it. Alright, so we do have UK 2000s London Heathrow. Not too bad. I don't think it's that heavy on the frame rates. It certainly isn't when I fly in and out of it without live streaming, but you know, this 14 frames per second while we're live streaming is just pathetic in my opinion. But we're just gonna have to deal with it. It's not as bad as it was yesterday. I mean, I couldn't even land the plane, it was so bad. I couldn't taxi. So apparently my live streams are just gonna have to be short flights for a while or something. until I figure it out. Alright, coming up on another turn here. Where is he at? He's up over there. Just trying to follow the taxi line so I don't get lost here. Because you can't see anything. I mean, dark is dark on this thing, right? And that's part of my P3D settings. I like it that way though, so before anybody says, oh yeah, you can turn the brightness up, I don't want to. Where's he going there? Oh, weren't we just, oh okay, I see where we're going here, kinda. Yeah, that choppiness is just crap, it really is. So, I don't know, maybe one of you guys knows, but for some reason I'm definitely getting some issues with the only thing that makes any sense is I think the streaming software or YouTube and Twitch are like trying to save the memory of the entire flight. They're trying to save all that scenery or something, which is a little weird to me, but because I don't have this issue when I'm not streaming, guys. It just doesn't exist. Where am I going? I thought I was parking over there, but I guess not. Guess we're parking over here. There's another airplane there. Are you kidding me? Well, I'm gonna park over here because there's another aircraft over there. That's stupid. No line, huh? Okay. This probably isn't even a parking space for us. We'll just pull her on up there. Let's get that taxi light off. I'm really bad about that. Oh, that was already on. There's the one I'm looking for. Alright. Let's kind of sneak her up in here a little bit. Yeah, why is there no taxi line there? That's kind of weird. Oh, look, there's a mirror. Does it work? You guys see the mirror there? I wonder if the mirror works. That would be something else, huh? I don't think that mirror works. There's no way. Oh, look at that! Well, I'm on the center line. Huh. I think it's just a little thing where it just pops up all of a sudden, to be honest with you. Okay, track hire coming off here, guys. Maybe. Try that one more time. There we go. Let's hop up top here. Let's get some lights on. We can see. And let's set that parking brake. There we go. APU is up and running, so let's put the APU on the bus. Let's get those engines shut down. Seatbelt signs can come off. I wonder if the jetway works on this one. Probably not. Yeah. I mean, we're right next to it. I don't think we hit it. No, we didn't hit it. My spot was good. Oh, yeah, that thing lied to us. No, it didn't. Yeah, it did. It shows us on the MD-80. We're not on the MD-80. So it looks like it just jumps on as soon as you show up on there. Anyway, hopping back in here. Get rid of that guy right there. Let's do the passenger. I'm not even do passenger offloading. GS with the frame rates. See, now the frame rates are jumping up to 30 when I'm outside the aircraft. Whatever. Anyway, okay, let's go into our shutdown and secure checklist. Brakes are on. Start levers are cut off. Ground power is on. It's actually not. So let's bring ground power on the aircraft here real quick. Go to menu, FS actions, ground connections, set the chocks, connect the ground power. There we go. And there we go. Ground power is now on. Doors, stairs open. We'll pretend that they are. All fuel pumps need to come off. 2, 3, and 4. Logo lights can stay on. Those go off. Those go off. Cabin utility and IFE passenger switches go off. Right click both of those. We already put the signs off. Do the attendant call. I changed my mind. Let's try GSX real quick. You are currently parked at the wrong parking position. Okay. Revoke. I just revoked it is what I did. There we go. Not my fault. Request deboarding. And British Airways will be fine. And now it's going to ask us to open doors and all that stuff. So let's open up the doors real quick. Doors. Open. We'll open the aft entry as well. And then open the cargo doors forward and aft. And for the heck of it, let's open the equipment hatch. Okay, that's taking care of that. Back to our shutdown secure checklist. Signs are off. Window heat needs to go off. Passengers are offloading now. That's fantastic. See y'all later. Probe heat's already off. Electric hydraulics can go off. That's these two in the middle right here. All bleeds off. So engine bleeds off. APU bleed is off. Isolation valve is supposed to be closed. Right click it up. Recirc fan is already on auto. Both of them. External lighting off. Emergency exit lights off. Battery off. Ground power off. So logo light will stay on for now. Anti-collision light can go off. We got the strobe lights off already. Emergency exit lights are right here. Right click the little switch there. That turns those off as well. And then battery comes off and then ground power. But we're going to leave that on because it's just more fun that way. So that's going to wrap it up for this one, ladies and gentlemen. The frame rate issue, I don't really know what the deal is. Like I said, I think it's just trying to remember the scenery or something. I don't have any other explanation for it because I just don't have this problem when I'm recording flights. You guys have seen my videos. They're pretty smooth for the most part. I rarely have frame rate issues. So I don't get it. If anybody can think of any tweaks or anything that'll help, let me know. My frames when not streaming with UK 2000 inside the flight deck, I get about 28 frames per second in this aircraft. So girlfriend's parents are out. Interrupted dinner. Bag of chips got thrown at dog tag. UK 2000 is pretty good. I don't know how Aerosoft is, but I like UK 2000. It's pretty good scenery, but there are things that are lacking in it, whereas Aerosoft may have covered those, so that's something to consider as well. Yeah, the mirror is kind of cool. Helps with the parking. I like that. So thank you, Dog Tag. I appreciate it. And thank you all for joining me on here. I had a good time. It was a short flight, but it was a lot of fun. Other than the frame rates issues, which weren't as bad as they were on yesterday's live stream. So there's something to be said for that anyway. And so, yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. But I need to figure out what's going on that's causing the frame rates to degrade over time, because that's just ridiculous. I don't know. We'll get it figured out at some point. But in the meantime, guys, a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I may do another live stream later today. If I do, it'll probably lack some of these features, because if I do a live stream later, I'm probably going to try the NVIDIA program and see how that works out. So, you know, look for that later, but no promises that I'll be doing that. I got some videos to edit and stuff like that as well anyway. So, need a flight in a blizzard to Lowy. Yeah, no kidding, right? Boy, it just loves the view of that building, doesn't it? Anyway, moving on, guys. That's going to wrap it up like I said. If you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button on the channel there. Up over 5,500 subscribers, and I appreciate it. Another thank you going out to Shivam for sponsoring the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And thank you all for joining me on this live stream. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. I've been getting more active on there and will continue to do so. Follow us on Twitch. If I start getting enough followers, I'll get active on there. And then you can... I'm sorry, I didn't mean Twitch, I meant Twitter. And you can follow us also on Twitch, though. And I don't know, we may or may not stream to Twitch. We'll see how it goes. So thanks, Daniel. We'll see you later as well, and I'll see all of you later. So until next time, as always, keep the blue side up, unless otherwise instructed by ATC. God bless you all, and have a fantastic day.